You're listening to Four Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast.
Today is Friday, May 1st. I'm Maria Lizignoli, and thanks for listening to Four Things to Know. Today is May Day, and it's also International Workers' Day. So for our first thing to know today, we're looking at a number of rallies taking place across the Twin Cities. Organizers say they're pushing for better wages and benefits. AFSCME Local 17 has helped set up picket lines outside several Twin Cities businesses. John Lauritsen has more from outside the Hennepin County Government Center for a rally. You'll also hear from a Hotel Ivy worker, David McCann, as well as Wade Lundberg, a Unite Local 17 member.
This is actually our fourth stop so far this morning. We've been to a few other locations. The crowd is growing out here. A lot of union workers, AFSCME workers, getting set to have a rally here on the plaza outside the Hennepin County Government Center. As I mentioned, we stopped by a few other picket lines and protests earlier in downtown Minneapolis. Unite Local 17 is playing a big role in what's happening today. The AFSCME union includes a variety of different workers, including hotel employees. Outside of Hotel Ivy in downtown Minneapolis, hospitality workers, cleaning staff, front desk staff, and others say they are doing a one-day walkout to demand better pay and benefits. Organizers say they are asking for a $3 an hour raise, but would settle for $2.50. And they're also asking for 5 paid sick days. They say they have been working without a contract since last summer, and they're hoping for a number of changes.
I think they can afford a raise like this, especially with the economy over the last several years. And the truth is, these are the hardest working people in the hotel. We've got our whole housekeeping department right here.
Wages are really, really important right now. The cost of food, the cost of rent, the cost of fuel have all gone up. And it does not keep up with the price of inflation. And so we have to push to get what we need.
A couple other things happening this afternoon. There will be a strike vote outside Target Field this afternoon around 1:45, and at 4:30 a march is set to begin near Lake in Chicago. I should mention, in addition to workers' rights, this is also an anti-ICE protest. A number of people here with anti-ICE signs saying they support immigrants in addition to workers' rights.
Number 2, Republican State Representative Kristin Robbins said today she is suspending her campaign for governor. She said she got into this race last August to defeat Tim Walz. Now we know Tim Walz is no longer running for re-election. Robbins says, quote, "It has become apparent that the establishment, political class, media, and donors have anointed Amy Klobuchar, despite her refusal to engage meaningfully on the issues that matter most to Minnesotans," end quote. Senator Amy Klobuchar is considered a clear favorite in the governor's race on the DFL side. On the Republican side, there are 3 top candidates: House Speaker Lisa Damath, Army veteran and businessman Kendall Qualls, and MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell. Now, Lindell says he is going on to the August primary regardless of what happens at this month's GOP party nominating convention. Representative Robbins says she will continue to serve her district until January of 2027, and she says that is when she will become a private citizen.
WWW for Wolves and Wild. I bleed this, blue and green.
And for numbers 3 and 4 today, we take you from the court to the ice. Minnesota fans had an action-packed night, and it continues today as both teams are moving on to round 2. We now know Timberwolves tickets for games 3, 4, and a potential game 6 at Target Center went on sale at noon today. All you have to do if you want tickets is to go to the Timberwolves website. The team will face the San Antonio Spurs at home May 8th, May 10th, and May 15th if necessary. Our Barrett Leone was at Target Center today with a look at how the Wolves came out on top last night, even without some key players.
It was an exciting night. There was so much energy and also a little bit of anxiety, some worry because of those top players being down. The 3 top point guards were missing, including Anthony Edwards. So the Wolves brought in a bigger lineup, including Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, and Naz Reid. So let's get over to the action because it was a fun game to watch. The Wolves led by 7 at halftime. Jaden McDaniels with a team high of 32 points. Terrence Shannon Jr., who's normally a bench player, started the game. He had 24 points. Wolves won the battle in the paint in both points and rebounds. Defense played so well to limit the Nuggets scoring opportunities, and in the end, Wolves took it took home the win 110-98.
You talk about Dante's injury, you talk about Ants, but you walk in today and, you show up to the arena an hour and a half before the game and Io's out and Kyle's out. And everybody in the locker room finds out at the same time. We just look at each other and just shrug our shoulders and we go, next man up. Let's go get it. We got to win tonight. And that's special, not to have a group that holds their head and makes excuses and, the whole nine. We stayed locked in and relied on each other, trusted each other, and the result, spoke for itself.
And for number 4, how about the Wild? What a win last night. Our Ren Clayton was there, and he continues our coverage today.
The Wild, they get it done, winning in Game 6 against the Dallas Stars. It had been so long, so much frustration for this fan base. 11 years since the last time that the Minnesota Wild won a playoff series, and last night they did that at Grand Casino Arena. 2 Quinn Hughes goals were a big part of this game. Vladimir Tarasenko also had a goal. Matt Boldy delivered the empty netter that really sealed it late. And a raucous Grand Casino Arena was even louder at the end. Jesper Wallstedt, the goalie, the rookie goalie, playing out of his mind today, having a great playoff series. And afterwards, the team reflective, even though, yes, there is much more to come as the Colorado Avalanche await, but they were reflective. Marcus Foligno talking about what this means for this organization.
It was awesome. It's special. To do it alongside these guys is incredible, but to do it alongside your brother is really special.
So the Minnesota Wild advance 4-2 over their bitter rivals, the Dallas Stars, a team that has had their number for multiple years and multiple playoff series, but now the Wild get over the hump, and now they will play the Colorado Avalanche, a team that swept their opponent in the first round. They've been sitting back and waiting to see who they would play against. They're the top-seeded team in the Western Conference. And now the Wild have to face maybe the best team in all of hockey in the next round.
Those are the 4 things to know. Now let's check in on our forecast.
Happy Friday, guys. Thanks, weather meteorologist Adam Del Rosso checking in. Our pattern not really changing here, at least in the short term as we head into our Friday night. That means things are going to be staying a little bit on the chilly side. Just a couple of passing clouds overnight. Low temperatures in the metro falling back into the mid-30s. Across northern Minnesota, we'll be able to drop back into the 20s. However, through the weekend, we are going to be talking about a warm-up. It's going to be a pretty nice spring day tomorrow. Under a mostly sunny sky, high temperatures are going to be climbing up into the mid-60s. There will be the potential for a stray shower as we head closer to midnight Saturday night and into our early Sunday morning. It's going to be very light if it even comes to fruition at all. Nothing to worry about there. With temperatures on Sunday with more sunshine getting up closer to 70. Enjoy.
And now, here's more to know.
One man has serious injuries after a shooting this morning in Edina. Edina police say it happened at 63rd and York. The suspected shooter, a man, fled the scene and was arrested in Brooklyn Park. Police are calling this a domestic-related incident and not random. Right now, we don't know the relationship between these men or why this shooting happened. Again, all of this is under investigation. We'll let you know more as soon as we do. Meanwhile, St. Paul police are investigating the city's 4th homicide of the year. Police say last night's shooting downtown happened outside a building near 7th Street East and Sibley Street. They say just before 9 o'clock, a man called 911 saying he had been shot. Arriving officers provided aid to a 27-year-old man who had been shot in the abdomen. He later died at the hospital. Police don't believe there's an ongoing threat to the public, and they're currently investigating. A warrant is now out for the man accused of using a fake birth certificate to enroll at a Metro high school as a 22-year-old. Online court records show Kelvin Lebke failed to show up for his first court hearing yesterday. He's charged with felony forgery. Prosecutors say Lebke admitted to using a Liberian birth certificate to enroll at White Bear Lake High School last year. He was already on probation for a 2023 indecent exposure conviction involving a 15-year-old girl. The Jungle Theater in Minneapolis is closing its doors for good. The theater is officially selling its building, according to the theater's directors. The Jungle Theater has sat at the corner of Lake and Lyndale since the late 90s. In a statement today, the directors say selling the building was not an easy decision, but, quote, owning and operating the building has required a significant share of our resources. This step allows us to focus more fully on what matters most, supporting artists, serving audiences, and thoughtfully planning for the future of the jungle. This is not the end of the Jungle Theater. It is a transition and an opportunity to reimagine what comes next." End quote. Now, this is all after programming was paused for the season back at the start of the year due to financial struggles. The directors say they'll be sharing more plans as they develop. It's going to be another weekend of road closures. 35W shuts down tonight in both directions, between 494 and 35E in Birdsville. MnDOT says it will reopen on Monday morning at 5. In the West Metro, Highway 12 is closing tonight in both directions at 10 p.m. This is between Central Avenue in Wayzata and 494 in Minnetonka. The closure lasts until 5 on Monday morning. This same stretch of Highway 12 will close down again next weekend. Happening today, a kickoff event to a major Latino celebration in the Twin Cities. St. Paul's West Side Cinco de Mayo celebration begins today. It kicks off with a car show happening from 5 until 8 tonight. And tomorrow, there's going to be a parade as well as live music, food, and fun. Now to some sports headlines. Of course, we already talked about the Wolves and the Wild, but the Minnesota Frost, they are also about to skate forward into their third championship title. The journey to get there, at least. The playoffs begin tomorrow at Montreal against the Victoire, and the puck drop is set for 1 p.m. our time. This is the first game in a best-of-5 series, and they play in Montreal again next Tuesday and are back at home next Thursday. The Minnesota Twins play at home tonight at 8:10 against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twins beat the Blue Jays last night.
It's time to take a breath with your Daily Bright Spot.
So happening tomorrow, Rick's Bike Sale for all ages in Apple Valley. This is the 18th annual sale of refurbished bikes put on by Rick Anderson. All proceeds of the sale will benefit 2 local nonprofit organizations, Darts and Kids in Kinship. Listen to this. As of May of last year, the sale has donated more than $600,000 to those nonprofits. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Dix Valley Service. And for more information, you can go to ricksbikesale.com. Yeah, head to the sale, get a new bike. If you already have one, it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend for a bike ride. Thank you so much for joining me here on 4 Things to Know. I'm Maria Lizignoli, and I'm here with the news you need every weekday afternoon by 3 o'clock.
Listen to 4 Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Love podcasts? Love Minnesota?
Check out the WCCO podcast studio lineup.
Hear the top stories of the day with 4 Things to Know.
Discover top female athletes and teams from around the state on women in sports.
Dive into stories about faith and belief, from your local leaders to your neighbors next door, with Bigger Than Belief.
Stay in the know on the go with the WCCO podcast studio. Go to WCCO.com/podcasts.